Morning, everyone. Welcome to our house church video for Sunday, November the 27th. Today we looked at a lesser studied one another, the one another that says bear with or tolerate or make allowance for one another's faults. It's not something we often think of. It's kind of something we just grit our teeth and bear. However, I think that getting the motive right is really important, that we need to be loving one another and pursuing unity with one another. And I think that bearing with one another in love or making allowance for one another's faults is one of the really important parts of living in community with one another. And it's difficult because it doesn't feel like a big deal. It's not a big deal. We shouldn't bring it up. And yet the enemy tends to attack us on the little things. And it seems to be that when churches have trouble, it's about something that can be traced back to something that's very small and perhaps wasn't even sinful as such, but more just something that annoyed us. And so I think we need to take this one seriously, and we need to dig into how we can bear with one another in love, how we can make Park Ave a place where honesty and truthfulness can be a part of the culture. And by that, I mean how we deal with some of these things that annoy us. Living closely with each other is difficult because we're all different. And so we have to wrestle with not only bearing with one another in love, but how can we help one another with some of these small faults that aren't necessarily sinful, but can really grind on us. It's a really hard, fine balance, and it can only be guided by the love and the unity that Jesus wants us to pursue. So I hope that your discussion is fruitful. It may not be easy, and this one is a little tougher to apply, but I wish you well, and I'll be praying for you. Thanks.